good, family? From the Facebook group Life, Love, and Relationships, TADS. You're tuning into the hottest Facebook live show on the book. It's the After Dinner Snack.
And we are broadcasting live from Premium Jungle Studios. Ladies, go ahead and say hello.
Hello.
Hey.
We ain't gonna say names. I mean,
You usually introduce me.
okay, that's Latoya.
Hi.
And sitting in today for Whitehead Forehead, Carla Jackson is the incomparable, internationally well known,
Don't do that. Don't do me.
often. Never
Don't
mind.
Don't.
What you Tanika Oden.
Hey,
Can
y'all.
I say the nickname?
You cannot.
Huh?
Do you want to be friends after today?
We'll be friends forever.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hey, but today's topic is sex on the first date. This is very controversial. Well, it used to be. I really don't think it's that big of a deal now. But we're going to get into it today. Remember to give us a call at 216-800-7222. And don't forget, please join our Facebook group, Life, Love, and Relationships, TADS. If you get a chance, please go on our Facebook group and join in the conversations. There's always something interesting going on in that group. But back to the topic at hand, sex on the first date. Let me just ask the ladies real quick. Why y'all looking like church mouses right now? Like,
Well,
for
I'm
real.
ready for the question.
I mean, y'all like sitting all up in your chair. Like, I mean, what's going on? All right, are we for or against? From a
personal standpoint?
I
Go
am
ahead.
against.
You're against?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. All righty. And Tanika?
From a personal standpoint, I am against. However, I do not judge.
So neither one of you
I don't judge.
have never had a one night stand.
No, I have not.
I would like to say
Oh my gosh.
no. It was a guy I had a crush on,
Okay.
and he ended up liking me, and we ended up hooking up, and it became like a 9-month thing. So it wasn't like a one night stand. So it wasn't like we hooked up and then we like didn't exchange number and never talked again. So I never had a one night stand.
You know something? I think we need to define what a one night stand is real quick. Just so everybody watching at home and, people who are going to listen to the podcast and everything like that, they know exactly what we're defining a one night stand as. I'm saying right now on the After Dinner Snack that a one night stand is you go out, you meet somebody that night.
Okay.
Things must go extremely well. You have sex and you do not have a relationship after.
That's what
Okay.
I
Would you guys
consider
consider that a
I
one night
agree with
stand?
that. I agree with
Yeah.
that definition.
Okay, just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Hit it and quit it.
Okay, hit it and quit.
I like
That kind of fell off the tongue a little too quick.
I mean,
I'm
that
starting to
was just
question-
what you just said.
Okay,
and
all right. I hear what you're saying.
so many.
Alrighty, okay. All right, so sex on the first date. We've defined a one night stand. Now, I'm going to throw, how I'll be having my little stats or whatever. All right, so the app OkCupid, right? The dating app,
No.
OkCupid.
Not familiar. I mean,
But
My
I
name's-
did.
how
listen.
do you know these things?
Listen, my name's Tom from the United States of America. And there's these thing called dating apps. You have like
Oh, okay.
Tinder, Black People Meet. Go ahead.
I actually looked up. I didn't see Cupid. I don't remember how many it was, but it was like 10 different hookup, one night stand, like hookup apps or whatever.
Some of them just have, I think, a bad reputation. But like I've met people on Tinder and we didn't hook up and we just had a real good time. I mean, I don't think
well,
it's really like hookup. I don't think they're all, because I don't feel like people just be like, okay, I'm about to go in here and see who can come blow me down real quick. I don't think that happens. I mean, then
I'm pretty sure
on
it happens.
Tinder, yes, that is.
Like,
I know
are
people
you
at
saying?
my-
Are
I
you
know
saying?
people at my job who is on Tinder.
Oh my
and
gosh, you just
people-
putting people out there. Everybody know where you work now. No,
Everybody
go
don't
ahead.
know where I work. And it's a hookup thing.
So
It's a
you're
lot of
saying it's
young
100% hookup?
kids. Yes.
Oh.
I wouldn't say 100%.
Majority, yes, I was.
Okay, this is okay. Reason I say that is okay because OkCupid has about, I want to say 8% of the market, which ends up being like roughly like 2.4 million users. Out of those 2.4 million users, let's just say 46% of OkCupid users say that they've considered sleeping with someone on the first date, as opposed to 40% saying that they wouldn't. 14% skip the question. Now, OkCupid is one of the apps where you actually have to fill out a profile and answer a series of questions to have your profile completed. So the data that they actually have is pretty good. It's because you get an actual percentage match to who you got similar likes and interests to. So you'll like say you click on, like you do your profile in the Cleveland area. Let's just say, for example, in the Cleveland area, it will tell you what percentage of a match you would be. So some people would be 76%, 84%, 90%. Some people would be 50%. You know what I'm saying? Based upon how you answered those questions. So I think that's kind of dope at the end of the day. But let's just say it's sort of split. Now, me personally, I always thought women lie about one night stands because obviously they happen, but nobody really says that they happen. That's my point of view.
So why do you think? Yeah, why do you think that?
Because guys will tell you they had a one night stand in a minute. It's not a problem. So who are they having a one night stand with? The same girl?
Well, no.
Exactly. It takes two people to have a one night stand, but like literally no one really ever admits to having it. Women.
But you have to remember, right, the ratio men to women. So the chances of them coming across the same woman is slim, but the chances of you knowing if every woman or more women have had one night stands is slim to none, right? Because there's so many of us.
True.
So I don't think that women lie about having one night stands. I think that maybe your pool of individuals that you've had conversations with just haven't had one night stands.
And first of all, men are different than women. They hop in the sack so fast.
They gotta hop in the sack with somebody.
They have to have somebody to sleep with. I get what you're saying, but
like
I don't think women lie
without
about it. I don't think there's a reason to lie about it.
Hold on, you said what?
Women can go without sex.
Women can go without bad sex.
Preach.
Women can go without bad. If you having good sex, you coming back for that.
Well, not necessarily. I think that both parties are capable of saying, I'm not doing this no more. I can abstain, right?
This okay.
I think both men and women. I don't think it's a man or woman thing because I think we're all sexual creatures, right? If you're a for real live human. Just saying. Yeah. That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. But we equally can go without sex if we choose to. Now, do you have a desire to do it? Absolutely.
Right.
But I can still make a choice. Yeah. Depending on your strength. Just like some people can go without, they can say, oh, I drink today and tomorrow I'm not, right? And then some people can. It just depends on your makeup and your DNA.
Okay, so back to sex on the first date. Let me make, each of you make an argument for having sex on the first date.
For it?
For it, yeah. Get outside your box. Tell me how you would do it. Come on, let me hear all your nasty details.
Oh, no.
Come on. You meet a guy.
I would do it.
I mean, how would you do it? If you were going to do it, how would it be? Like if you hypothetically calm down, just hypothetically tell me. Look at your face right now.
I don't know.
You're like asking her this question, but that's like if I'm saying that that's not something I'm for, that's like saying, explain to me how you would smoke crack. I don't know because that's not something I would never do that.
Well, I've thought about it, and
okay. Well,
listen,
if
I was to smoke crack, I would get me a nice pipe, and I would probably use those long stem lighters.
Okay.
You know the ones you start grills with, because if you use the short one, that's how you get the burnt thumb. I hear.
I'm not about to do this with you.
No, I'm just saying, but. I'm just saying,
so
this hypothetically.
This show and
you got them dark lips, too. I don't know.
For the record, my lips are not dark. They're chocolate. But, Okay, so
Argument 4. I don't really like the question.
an argument for it.
another-
So
I
you
don't
telling
like
me
that.
you wouldn't okay, so you can't even give a hypothetical situation where, because
I
obviously
just
women
don't
are
like the
doing it.
I don't like the unknown. If I don't know you, like, I don't know if you're a killer. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. That just
You done
freaks me
probably
out.
dated, dude.
No, listen.
You
I
date
do not.
guys
Just
that
'cause
you don't know
fine and
everything
all that,
about.
That don't mean nothing.
But I'm
Like,
just saying, you done dated guys you don't know everything about.
I mean, I don't know everything about, but I have a clue.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
That's
then.
why I've
Go
never
ahead.
had a one night
I
stand.
got it.
Go ahead.
I got this. So now in my head, I have thought about if, like, maybe, let me think of somebody I like off the television. I don't know. Just pick somebody that I think is fine. I don't know. And I've thought about, hey, if we was in the room.
John Legend.
Idris Elba.
No, he's a little bit too soft. I need something a little bit more masculine. Sorry. You know, a little bit more chocolate, tall. You know,
John Legend.
no, it's not gonna work.
Ew.
I can't even like I can't in my
Cedric the
mind.
Entertainer.
Tank, Idris Elba.
None of those. They're all softies. I need.
Oh, see, I like them.
Martin.
I don't know, just some young stallion. You know.
All right, dude off of Queen Sugar. Ralph Angel. Ralph
Okay,
Angel.
I
Yeah,
can
go ahead.
work with Ralph.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if I seen Mr. Ralph at the restaurant and it was like he was fit, I would absolutely do it. How would I do it?
Yes.
Say, how you doing? How you doing? And we would talk. And then I would say, so what you doing like in the next 20 minutes? Because that's all we gonna need.
Okay.
20 whole minutes.
20 whole minutes.
20 whole minutes.
Okay.
And then we would just go and do that. And then after that, don't call me no more. Because now I'm embarrassed because I had a one night stand. So that's just how it would go. I would do it with Ralph Angel if I wasn't happily in a relationship.
Oh my goodness. Hey, okay. So you know that was so funny
Just
about that. I don't know.
kidding,
Have
just
you guys?
kidding.
If anybody's seen the movie Game Night, you seen it yet?
No.
It's hilarious.
seen
Oh my gosh. But it's a part in Game Night where, and this is a spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie, where a couple, they have been together since elementary school or something like that, and they're married. They're like in their early 30s or whatever. But the wife had like a one night stand, and she thought it was Denzel Washington when it was a dude who looked like Denzel Washington. So when you said that, it was like, you know, it brought up the memories. Like she didn't want to tell him because it was Denzel Washington. When she showed him the picture, it was like a dude who looked like Denzel.
Wow.
It's hilarious. But
Well, hopefully it was worth it.
Hey.
That's all that matters.
at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? People are having one night stands at an alarming rate right now. And like, even when I posted it in the group, like sex on the first date, the first 15 responses were all by women. And out of those 15 responses, they all were like, it's cool. I mean, if you grown, you don't do what
That's
you
why I
do.
kept seeing it. I'm grown. You grown.
So I guess that's where I said there's no judgment. So if that's what you choose to do, but what I don't like about people who are some individuals who have one night stands, and then they have this expectation of something to come after. Like you went into it knowing that that's all it was about, right? And so now all of a sudden you want to have these relationship expectations of this individual, whether it be man or woman. And that, to me, that's just where I'd be like, well, then why did you do it? One night stand should be just that, one night stand.
Because
Have
I think
your
women
expectations going in the door.
are emotional beings. They not made for something like that.
I don't agree with that.
Now I think
that is true, and I think that women put up walls. I think a lot of people do that because they put up walls because they've been hurt. So it's like, I can hook up with this person and I don't have to have no attachments.
Yeah, I get that.
So why not do it?
I get what you're saying, because I feel like a lot of women have gotten to a point where they've taken on male behaviors.
Yeah.
And so, but I do still feel like that's a mask to a certain extent,
Yeah,
because
I've been there before.
you're still there. But
No, I'm
I
not.
feel like
Whatever.
I feel like
I
you
kinda
know, they
feel like
wear the
he's
mask
driving right
until the right person approaches them and jumps in
Absolutely.
their life, and then it's like, oh, I'm a whole girl again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Absolutely.
but you
Yeah, but
got.
look how much damage.
That's
you
what I
have
was just about to
done.
say. You've encountered all this stuff. You put yourself in these bad situations, and now you got this baggage. You know what I'm saying? You literally Erykah Badu, bag lady. I did that, yeah. But
Well, in my 20s, I was like that.
bag lady.
Like, hush it up. Like, I would, like, you know, meet a guy or whatever, you know, be like, oh, he the one, da da da. and get to talking to him and end up finding he's not the one. But sometimes like I would actually like, I built up walls because I've been hurt by guys so many times. It was like, you know, I'm not letting nobody else hurt me. So I didn't have no like strings attached. But it was so weird because it was like, they would be the only person I would be talking to. So it's kind of like, I was like in between. Like I wanted to be this hard, like I don't care. But then it was like, I had a soft side as well. I was in a confused stage. And I think a lot of women go through that.
Okay, so what would you say to a young woman who, let's just say she's in her mid 20s, early 30s? She wants a committed relationship. That's the goal. She wants to be a wife, but she finds herself in these instant relationships. These, you know, sex on the first date. We've been together for 3 months. We broke up. Sex on the first week. We've been together for 3 weeks. We broke up. What do you say to that young woman?
How can you want a long-lasting relationship when you sleeping with somebody you have no clue who you're sleeping with? It just can't. I mean, you just can't do that because you could be sitting there with somebody who totally has like anger, who might be a molester. You don't know. You don't know who you're. I have to be around somebody to see your traits. I have to see your character when you're dealing with anger, road rage, all that kind of stuff. Like I have to see things so I can get a picture of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but for a young woman who's in her 20s or even no matter what age she is, it's difficult to ask how if you don't know why she's conducting herself in that manner. That may be what she thinks is the right way to get to the marriage, right?
Right.
Well,
and she hasn't yet identified her own trends. She doesn't realize, hey, well, it hasn't worked the last 5 times. I mean, we've done it as adults, right?
Well, she'll have to change her route that she's going.
But
she
the
has
question
to take.
is, what would you tell that young lady? You want to ask her, how do you plan on it? You're going to say, why are you doing what you're doing, right? Because you want to get an understanding.
Exactly.
And then now you can start to break down the house. And I think that's where we as women, we don't start to identify our own trends. So yeah, we may jump out of, it may not necessarily be a bed, but it might be, we may have these, waste our conversation on a man for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, a year, 2 years. And we do that repeatedly over time. And before you know it, we 40 and we like, man, we haven't even identified our own trends to identify why we haven't reached marriage or a long-term relationship. And I think that's kind of where you have to start with young women if you were to, identify that that's one of her issues. So,
I mean, but when you get into speaking to young women, now, do y'all, you guys are, older, elder statement women.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, like, when you find yourself talking to younger women, is it a pushback or is it like, all right, school me, big sis, or is it like, she don't even know what she talking about, she ain't married, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the deal? Because I know when I talk to younger men, they absorb what I say.
That's how younger girls are to me. Like they'll just be more like school me kind of thing. I don't get more of the resistance.
But do you see them heeding what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think everything is a learned process. So, I mean, I have a lot of, I'm the second oldest out of like 22 grandchildren. So most of my young girl cousins, female cousins, are a lot younger, and I do talk to them a lot. And sometimes what I say sticks, but it doesn't show until they've learned a little on their own. And I think that's just kind of how the process works.
Okay, let me ask you this question as well. All right, you're, let's just say, early 40s, early 50s. I don't know what your ages are exactly,
okay.
but so
Okay.
so with that said, like, what do you say to your 20-year-old self?
You might want to ask me what I say to my I'm going to just keep it real with my 16-year-old self, right? Because by the time I was 20, I had already probably identified some things. So say to our 20-year-old self about what, I guess I should ask first.
Like, what would you warn? I mean, I know if I was to speak to my heathen self at 20 years old, I'd be like, look.
Talk to him now.
I'd be like, boy, listen.
He's there.
I'll look him dead in the face. I'd be like, boy, you better stop. Stop now. Invest in Google. Invest in eBay. Invest in Amazon. Quit chasing these girls. Boy, stop. What would y'all say? That's all.
You should tell yourself that now.
I would say take it slow, because as young adults, you just want to move fast. You want to do things in the spirit of the moment, and it's kind of like, Toya, just think about it. and not move so fast and focus on you and finding who you are, because you're all over the place because you don't know who you are.
Okay. Miss Odin.
My 20-year-old self. Moving fast was never my issue. I would probably tell myself, say, allow someone to love you, right? Like,
That's a strong statement.
I mean, it's true. I would definitely, because had I been open to allowing someone to love me like I deserve to be loved, and not kind of having those blockers up, that kind of kept it like on the friend zone. Tom knows me. I friend zone somebody in a minute. Then I probably would have been married by now. But I'm recovered. The friend zone queen. So I would
He's
definitely
a redeemer.
won't he do it? He'll do it. But no, I would definitely say allow someone to really love you.
Okay, that's a strong statement. That's maturity, child. I'm so proud of you right now. I want to run over there and put oil on your forehead and bring him on in here. But listen, I just see a lot of reckless behavior from the younger generation. Like, like the immaturity, like, put it like this. I feel like a lot of, and you correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't want to be overgeneralizing when I say this, but I feel like a lot of younger women feel like since they have children, they're head of household, there isn't a man, they take on these man behaviors and they aggressively put themselves in a deeper hole, sexually, physically, mentally, in their relationships, period. So it's like, when I hear, sex on the first date is cool, it's not a big deal. It's like, when you young, it is. When you older, like if you 30, 35, you can make that decision. But when you 20 and you just having sex on the first date, you right. I don't even feel like you're emotionally ready for that level yet. But that could be just me. Your thoughts?
I just think it's like the thing now. Like, kids the title thing. They not on that. They don't want to be in a relationship. We cool. You do you, I do me.
But once again, I feel like that's something that happens until you want to be with somebody. Like, it's like people out here just being with people just to not be by themselves, but at the same time, and they take on that same behavior you saying, oh, it's not that serious. Oh, we this, we not even that, we do this. And then when somebody catch feelings, now it's like, I'm going Facebook Live and I'm about to put all your business out in the middle of the street.
Those
Now,
are those expectations that I talked about, right? You went in with it saying sex on it. So again, like, I agree with you. It's based on your mental state. Are you mentally mature enough to just handle sex on the first date, right? And if you are, go for it. I mean, it's not my thing, but do it. But if you're not, you have to be cautious.
How close have you ever come to doing it? Sex on the first date?
On the first date?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the fact that I probably never dated for a long time, probably like next to never. So
you've never been close, like the first day you like
just me and somebody, and no, I've never been close ever.
Never.
Not never.
Never. Toya?
You
maybe if somebody look.
I told you the story.
I know, but you said y'all been together, but didn't you just said
it was 9 months. We ended up
9
talking.
months. And what's his name again?
None of your business.
Come on, I'm gonna get you to spill something. You gonna spill something
that
for
is
us
old
over.
News.
It's old news. Well, go ahead and throw him on the carpet.
No.
Somebody else could learn tonight.
And then it wasn't even a stranger. It was somebody I knew.
That's what I was gonna say. Was it a stranger?
Yeah,
did we identify that as a stranger?
No, I think we really need to throw a social security number out.
You know what?
Because I'm like, stranger, I don't know. Like, I don't really think that counts if she already knew him. Like, that's not sex on the first. That does not count. I know you. And then we go out on a date. We just so happen to go on the first date, I guess, if you want to call that sex on the first date.
I mean, at the
you already
end,
put your definition out there, so let's move on.
No, I mean that's just my definition. Your definition can be completely different. Some people feel like if you go out and you meet somebody, y'all have sex, y'all start having sex every day, y'all get in a relationship, y'all wasn't a one night stand because it turned into a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They feel like that wasn't a one night stand. That's a full blown relationship. But I kind of feel like it was too.
I feel like that's a relationship.
That's a relationship, but you just had sex with a stranger. Is what happened.
Yeah.
That's not a one night stand. You just had sex with a stranger, and
everybody you meet become your be a stranger first.
Is it the first night, like the hitting of it on the first night?
I don't know about that.
What do the people say? Because I say that a
Yeah.
one night stand is you met this man, Ralph Angel, at the restaurant.
With the grapefruit?
No, you met Ralph Angel at the restaurant. And you don't know Ralph Angel.
Right.
You never had any kind of conversations with Ralph. You don't know his sister, his cousin. You know nothing about this man. Y'all have some drinks, and y'all go up like on life when he gave her his last $2. That's a one night stand. Okay, so now if you know them, and then you do, then that's not a one night stand.
So that's not a one night stand.
That's just a hit it and quit it. If y'all know each other and y'all have sex, and then it's like, we're not gonna do this no more. That's just a hit it and quit it.
Okay, I'm confused.
I'm like Webster. Now, what other definitions y'all want? Talk to me.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you. Let's transition just a little bit. All right. So, are you pro 90 days, that 90-day rule, or against?
I don't think there should be a rule. I think it should be what you feel is the right time.
LaToya.
How I feel now, like back in the day.
Oh my God.
Listen, well, no, I'm totally saving yourself for marriage.
So she can save her if that's what she's choosing
What?
to do today.
What?
Time is
Tom.
Oh my goodness! Right now. Okay.
Listen.
So
You
listen.
are a
That's
trip,
what I'm
Tom.
for.
Listen.
You ain't have to make that face.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that face because sometimes I forget y'all know I know y'all, so it's like, like I'm like for real. So it's like, okay,
Don't play
Hold
me.
up.
Yes.
Pause.
Yes. Mhm.
So, although, and maybe this is where you're going from where I'm concerned, because you do know a little bit about me.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't think that there should be a time limit. I tend to wait a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like a very, longer than a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know this, but I don't put, there's no set time. I didn't say, I'm gonna wait 90 days. I'm gonna wait 6 months. It just
But
happens
see,
that
okay,
way.
this is my thing. So the purpose of the 90-day rule, in your opinion, is to what? Ascertain if this is a real relationship, or do you just waiting to feel a certain way? Or I mean, I don't get it, because it's like you can be with somebody for 90 days, have sex with them, and it be over on the 91st day. Or you can be with somebody for 5 days, have sex with them, and be together for 30 years. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the people and the organic connection that they have with each
Exactly why
other.
I said there shouldn't be a time frame to it.
I get it, but it's like I just feel like a lot of people are,
Yeah.
they have these rules or these set up times. Like, even I'm not even like, y'all know I love the Lord and everything like that, but listen, I kind of feel like the whole sex before marriage thing is crap. I just personally feel like it's crap, because this is why I feel like it's crap. Because if you put like this, if you a grown virgin, that's one thing. But if you got whole kids out here, you've been having sex for 30 years.
no,
I don't
Yeah,
feel
I
like,
don't
what are we
agree.
waiting for?
I don't agree with that. Now,
I'm just saying.
I do feel like, I respect anyone who chooses and actually adheres to not having sex with them. I appreciate that. I personally have not done that. Right? And I mean, I probably should. Maybe I would be in a much better place.
Or
But-
maybe you not.
But I'm just saying. So I don't agree with saying that that is like bullcrap. I think that if people are going to do it, they should do it. It's
It's
a good
people's
thing.
choice.
I
I'm not no angel.
feel like it's a
I
cop
have
out.
slipped up sometimes, but that's my goal. That is my goal. So
you have to have goals, aspirational.
Listen.
goals. That's
I feel, but then it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm gonna start that diet on Friday. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start that diet.
Some people
Friday
stick to
roll
their
around.
diet.
Some people don't. Most
Yes.
people don't.
I have
That's
been
why America has 70% obesity. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That diet don't happen on Friday. That diet don't happen on Saturday. But that's why I say I feel like it's just a huge
Enough
cop
of your
out.
low blows, yo.
It's just a cop out to
but
me.
I don't think it's a cop out. I think it's
a
a
cop out
choice.
to what?
It's a
Sometimes
cop
people-
out. Like if you hold, 35 years old, you got 3 kids, you just stopped having sex last week, and now you telling the next dude, oh yeah, I'm saving myself. I'm.
But
And,
why is that a problem?
hey,
though?
I ain't gonna tell no lie. A girl done tried that with me, and I told her the truth.
And that's fine because and then she has a right to make a decision. Do I want to do what he's doing or do I want to move on just like she does, right?
This my thing. I ain't tell her like, oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, what I told her was, yeah, I'm sexually active. so I don't know. Listen, I don't know what
Well,
you
just not
about to
for
do.
her.
I was just like, but I'm sexually
You're
active.
just not for her, obviously.
But I'm just saying, look, this is the thing. You hop in the time machine and you go forward or backwards, and she done fell off the horse with somebody. She could have fell off the horse with me. She probably would have rolled out with me. But
well, why would you want to be the person to have her fall off the horse, right? You should
because
support her in her
because
endeavors if you're gonna be around.
what I'm saying is,
you are a sick individual.
no,
Tom.
it's how
Swoop.
people how people try to make the whole saving myself for marriage thing materialize in their brain to how they actually walk and live their life. It's a disconnect. Like, that's a serious commitment, and that ain't for everybody. Like I just said, it's like starting a diet. Dieting is not for everybody, but everybody tells you they done been on a diet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, I've never personally said I was saving myself for marriage. Now, I just told you that I probably should. I probably would render different results. Okay? So I respect her in that. The fact that you said that you're sexually active has just like got me so jacked up in my head.
I'm just saying.
I cannot even like look at you like.
Listen,
for real.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? It's like
But I don't understand what your issue is with the person who says they're going to wait till their marriage. What's your issue with that?
okay,
He's sexually active.
it's not even. Listen, I wouldn't even say it's to that extent. I'ma just say, I feel like it's unrealistic if you've already been having sex and you got kids. Because this is the thing, you just don't buy a car without driving it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're telling me I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna be with you for the rest of my life, yeah, I'm gonna want to kick them tires.
Okay, and that's your preference.
Yeah.
But that's like, you like, if you've already been sexual, like, now you can't, like, so if you've been fat your whole life, you can't get skinny? Like, I'm confused. So you can't even, I don't get what he's saying.
If you
Talk to
fully
us.
want to be on a diet, you can do it. You can do it if you really want to. It's you choose not to.
Well, okay, so you telling me,
I'm gonna kick them tires.
listen,
Lord.
listen. So you
That
telling
don't
me,
even sound
listen,
like it's pleasant.
What?
it is, but listen, it's actually delightful.
Oh,
You know,
gosh.
time takes it to that level. Listen, no, but for real,
Oh,
no, but all right. So you telling me, you meet a guy, you date a guy, you get married, sex is horrible.
Okay, well, listen.
Nope, and you stand.
Okay, listen. Before we say I do and all that,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be some playing around and some seeing and all that kind of stuff. So,
That don't got nothing to do with it.
no.
So why would the sex be horrible? Because let me tell y'all about sex.
Go ahead. I understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna read just a
into-
verse from Nigalations.
Oh, I probably wrote it.
All coochie is not Gucci.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
And what's the rest of it? Because it got to be another.
No,
part.
that's it. That's
Oh,
verse
so some
1. Go ahead. Go
Deranged
ahead.
man wrote that. But when you are having relations with your partner, it's always a teaching moment. So it should never be boring. It should never be whack. Like, we should be able to work together. There are exercises women can do. I can show you what I like. You can
Yeah.
show me what you like. And you can learn from it. Now, if y'all not talking and don't have that kind of relationship to where you're comfortable with having a conversation about what you like, of course it's gonna be whack. But she won't have that issue because, for one, she's gonna be in love with him. So there's gonna already be some chemistry there. And then she should feel comfortable enough with telling him what she likes. Here, baby, let me show you what I like. This is how I like you to do it.
A lot. What if
That's-
she's not?
that
What
has
if
to
what if
happen.
she's not vocal? A lot of people don't
Well,
have.
then she just
Why
gonna
would
have
not
whack
be
sex.
vocal?
Okay,
with
it's
her.
one thing to tell somebody, oh yeah, who wants somebody to tell, oh yeah, this is how I want you to do me. Like, don't you want that to be organic?
No, I'm gonna tell you because I want you to tell
So
me.
I want you to pull my hair. I want you to smack me. I want you to choke me a little bit. But right here, I
We
want you
would
to
have
roll me
talked
over.
about it
So that's what I'm
before.
saying. Is we
See,
giving out a game
Well,
plan?
you're saying this
Not
during
why
the
we do
moment.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, not during the moment. Like,
So
before
I'm
you
supposed to
would
write
know.
a book report,
No, you
pass
want
it
to a whole
over to
nother
her,
level.
let her know this
It's
is.
just like if I was like, say, like if a girl was over and she was kissing you on your ear, you'd be like, yeah, that's my spot. So boom, she know that's your spot now.
Okay,
So
but
she
we talking
know-
about sex though.
When she know when she's having sex with you, that'll get you going. That'll get you.
But my thing is,
aroused.
okay, say you're whack and he's whack. Like, I mean, how do y'all
Well,
deal?
I don't think.
Oh
Hold
my
on,
gosh,
You just
Toy.
these hypotheticals. Are
I was,
Wait,
I
I'm
was never
just-
told that. So okay, go on.
So okay, so
That was cute.
I
That
know,
was cute, Toy.
I
That
know,
was really
yeah,
cute.
okay, but I'm just saying, like, you could be whack, he could be whack, it could be a whack
It's gonna be a
situation.
wackety whack.
What I'm saying
Yeah,
is, it's
gonna
like
be wackly in love though.
sex.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying
Whack,
is, sex drives. That can drive a wedge in a relationship.
Yes. I
So
think
it's like, why not ride the bike? Why not kick the tires?
Ride the
Why
pony.
not?
time. Okay, listen.
You don't
I'm
have to
trying
explain
to
yourself
I'm
time.
trying to go for that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go for that. I haven't got to that all the way. Do you get what I'm saying?
What are you? I need
You
more
know what
info.
I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying,
Yeah,
but they don't. So go ahead.
Don't let him make you air all your dirty laundry that you don't
Come
want
on.
to air.
I mean, but is it really realistic to say?
Okay, reason why I want that so bad is because I want to fall in love with somebody's heart. I want to fall in love with their mind. I want to fall in love with their goal, like everything about them. But and putting sex aside, because sex, sometimes it just makes things speed up so fast, and it's like, no, let's slow it down and get to know one another.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want. I want to really get to know somebody and love them and fall in love with them and their heart and their mind and just you know what I'm saying?
I get
Oh,
that.
sorry. And
So-
because I'm so used to like meeting somebody, we having a good time, the chemistry's good, we have sex, we be together for a little while, it don't work out, then it's like, dang, like, I
So
want to
you
really
say so
get to know somebody.
and that's okay. So you saying let's not have sex until marriage is part of a defense mechanism or a change of behavior. I mean, like, how do you? Because it's like you everything you just said previously was part of an organic process of things
Right,
happening
right.
naturally. So when you unnaturally take something off the table, like what my thing is, you date somebody for a year, you say, okay, we're gonna get married, blase, blase. I feel like it's unnatural to y'all already been sexually active. You got kids, he got kids, y'all both know what y'all like physically. Why put the pressure on your marriage? You know what I'm saying? Without having sex, when you can easily just go ahead, hump a few times, figure out this is what we
just a few times.
yeah, just a few hundred. But listen, and then figure out, is this something I want to do for the rest of my life before
Because-
you get married? And
But why
then
did-
Because
But-
sometimes when you sleep with somebody, you really don't know who you sleeping with.
Well, you cannot know who you sleeping with a married man. I mean, once you get married. But you're saying that it's not
With a married
natural.
man?
No, when you're married, you can marry this man and still not know who he is. What I'm saying.
I'm
But-
not marrying nobody I don't know.
You may think you know him, but you may not
No,
always. But that's a whole nother topic.
It sure
but listen
is.
to what I'm saying,
Come
Tom.
on,
It
no.
sure
You're
is.
saying from a natural standpoint, you're saying it's not natural, but we as humans have made that unnatural, right? Because if we're talking about we're all Christians here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about what our beliefs are, it was in the design for us to not have sex until we're married, right?
this is
Right.
true.
But we've made it an unnatural process.
But at
by
the
having
same,
sex
okay, wouldn't you say?
premarital.
But then wouldn't you say, like in the Bible, it also says, follow the law of the land. The law of the land is also the culture of the land. So as we talk, yeah,
That's some thin ice, buddy.
no, it ain't.
Little thin. Where my
That's not-
pastors at on here? Where they at? I need to see 'em.
Ain't no pastor going head up with Tom. But listen,
I need to see
so
it.
listen,
Where my
I'm just
readers?
saying, so the culture is part of the land. So we are following the landscape of the culture right now in America, even in the church, period. It's just we selectively say some things we're going to do, some things we're not. But
agree
all
with
I'm
that.
saying is this is one that when you look at the divorce rate in the United States of America, that could be addressed if you give up the goodies. That's all I'm saying.
No, because a lot of these people that's getting divorced was giving up goodies before they got married. So let's not even go there, because we know realistically most people who are married now did not wait till they was married to have sex. That's just the reality. So them getting a divorce had nothing to do with the wax sex. It
I
probably
did.
was. I'm sorry.
I did. I waited to
Oh,
have.
that's cute.
You believe it?
That's real
You're
cute.
sexually active.
And he's been
about?
sexually active. So yeah,
I'm just okay.
your case is dismissed because that didn't even make any sense. Okay, moving on.
All right, listen. What I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is
Of the jury. We
are you
find
done?
Guilty.
Okay. Hey, let's look real quick. We didn't got to talking real quick, but hey, if you want to give us a call in, please give us a call 216-800-7222.
Call in.
We are taking callers right now. We have Latoya and Tanika here to answer your questions and rub on your bellies. So give us a call 216-800-7222. But back to the topic at hand. Sex on the first date. We've transitioned to waiting for marriage. I guess the next obvious one is you find somebody, you're interested, you love everything about them. Their personality is dope. They can cook, they clean, they rap on the weekends, they got a mixtape this I mean, I'm just saying they dope, but the sex is whack. The sex is just absolutely horrible. This, okay.
They need to call in because I need to know what they think about this sex on the first date, about this 90-day rule, this way. I need to know.
Hey, the line isn't open. I'm sitting here looking at it. They're free to call in right now, but right now I'm just looking at Latoya and she looks like a deer in headlights when I say these things, and I just want to know, Latoya, what do you do when things fall apart? Go ahead, Latoya. Tell the people. Because I would love to hear Latoya tell somebody, listen, I really just enjoy everything we're doing right now. But
wait a minute. First of all, who talk like that? Don't blame me.
All right, well, go ahead. How would you say it?
Yo, this whack, and this is not working out.
But, okay, so.
No, it would be like, this is really, we've been having an awesome time.
You firing him at a job. Like, could you make sure you bring all your things in here when you come in here? Could you make sure you bring all of your things? Here, have a seat.
Get your toothbrush. Cause,
yeah. So.
You're going to need it.
You going to sit them down.
Yeah, this not going to work
You
out.
just ripping the Band-Aid off, or you gonna do it slow? Now, everything has been dope. It's been Gucci the whole time.
No, and that's why I would do it a little slow, because I do, you know what I'm saying, think that the time was awesome. Mm-hmm. But that part wasn't, so they will have to tell them. This is...
You are so simple.
I'm just saying. All I can think of is like some dude getting fired like from a football team. Like, look, you scored a lot of touchdowns. You did really good. What you did for us last year in that game against Philly, you were banged up, but I think we're going to move in a different direction. It's just like I feel like
you can keep your jersey. You did a good job.
You can keep the jersey.
Okay, that's a parting gift. I like it.
All right, let's hear you, Tanika.
That's
Good fallback. Good fallback. Go ahead.
How would I do what?
How would you do it? How would you end it, or would you end it?
I guess I'm confused because I don't agree with. I feel like if the sex isn't good, we can make it better. So I personally, I'm not going up. Everything else is great. We can work on that. I got you.
So you the other coach. You the one that been
I'm gonna train you up to who you need to be.
You've been fumbling. You cost us the game in Philly. Mm-hmm. You throw the ball to the other team every time you get an opportunity. But guess what? We're going to make a football player out of you someday.
We're going to make a real life.
Wait a minute, so how many times did you have sex? More than once?
Enough.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
enough, yeah.
Enough to know.
Yeah.
It can be. This is a learned behavior, folks, okay? You can learn these
So
things.
what if you teach them and they still...
That's what I'm saying. I don't really feel like you can teach.
That's not going to happen.
You could probably teach somebody. You could tell somebody things you like, but can you really teach them?
Yes. You can teach them. He can teach me. This is a learned. These are
somebody
things
taught me something
that you can learn.
Listen.
What?
No.
You watching porn is not learning. Okay.
I mean, it's instructive.
Pornhub is not an educational platform.
Don't listen to him.
Pornhub is not an educational platform.
He's a comedian in the daytime, so.
Listen, can you really teach an organic feeling? Can you teach how somebody makes you feel? You can't teach those things.
But hold up. You said this man has done everything else. We have a connection. We have everything else.
Yes, y'all great spades partners. But when he when you go to toot that thing up and he be like, you know what I'm saying? It just don't happen.
I just can't wrap my mind around
One of those that be sweating like, I would die.
Listen, now that's the Toya I know. That's the Toya I know, y'all.
Like, what? Oh no! Oh my God.
Look, Toya, how you do it again? Do it
look.
again. Do it again.
Whoop, time to go. Oh no!
Listen, I'm just. That's all I'm saying.
But you can teach that man to slow down. Now, come on. He can be taught to slow down. Now, you might not be able to change the size of his package.
Okay.
But you
Now,
can
what if that's a
absolutely-
problem?
Well, it could be a problem.
Okay.
But women, we as women, and a good friend of mine, and I hope she's probably not watching. She's gonna probably have to watch later because she's working. We talked about this the other day, and I said, "Do you know your body?"
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't. And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Do you know your body? Do you know what makes you feel good?" She was like, "I mean, I just know that I don't be liking what he doing, and he don't know what he doing. It's just like we just doing it. I'm just there." I'm like, like secretly, like I'm like,
Oh wow!
like Mr. Just
Like,
climbing
he
on
just
top of
Mr.
your
on top,
business. And she just really didn't know her body. And I said, you have to discover yourself. I know my body. I know what makes me feel good. So I'm gonna say, with your little thing, let me show you how to maneuver your body to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If he's going fast and sweaty, baby. Okay, you know I love you, right? You know I love you. Dinner yesterday was great. Right? And you're going to show him what he needs to do. So this whole whack and let him go because the sex is whack. And men say that, oh, this, every, what was your little quote you get? Miss me with that.
I love your optimism, and I'm.
This is reality. These are facts.
Okay, but what if he you teaching him and he's learning your spots, but then he keep falling out like.
Well,
You know what? I'm getting.
Look.
I need to
Yeah,
stop
he
right
just
here.
need a Red Bull or something. I don't know. This is
That's the
confusing.
Toya I know.
Whatever.
We just
That's
need to
all
put
I'm
him up on the
Listen, that's what I'm
pole
saying.
So people steer clear of this one right here. That way everybody just don't got to worry about
I mean, but it's okay. Sexual compatibility is a huge thing in relationships. So compatibility, sometimes you're right. You can sit your partner down and express some things to them, and maybe they get it and you can work on it. But I feel like you can't teach the organic side of it. Like if y'all go to do it and you don't put it like this, if your monkey don't jump when you see him,
why are you in the bed with him?
that's what I'm saying, really.
That should be jumping before you even started
Right.
to have sex.
Right. And I hear people say, well, I'm more of a physical person. Like we got to get into it. Like, nah, if you not aroused
I
or
agree with that.
attracted by your person, you sort of like put in an oval in a circle. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it fit, but it don't
You
fit.
rolling the dice at
Yeah.
that point because you don't know if it. Yeah, I agree with that because you definitely people should not be if you're not attracted to that person and you don't feel physically attracted to that person, you have no business being
That's
in the
torture.
bed with that person.
Right.
Period.
I mean, like when I see, my significant other, it's like, okay, it's time. You
It's
know what I'm
time.
saying?
It's always time.
It's time. It's game time. It's 4th and inches, and I'm
Yeah.
ready to score. You know what I'm saying?
You and your analogies, kicking tires.
Listen,
and
that's just
all this
I'm a
other
football guy.
foolery
I'm a
is
football
a
guy.
bit much.
I'm a football guy.
It's a bit much.
So, all right, let's sort of put a button on this. All right, so are we agreeing that sexual compatibility is a deal breaker? No? Yes?
So that's two different things. Sexual compatibility
You see what I did there?
and wax sex is two different things.
All right, whack sex is a deal breaker.
I disagree.
And you disagree and you say you agree with me.
I think she
I agree.
agrees.
You agree with me. Okay. All right. So, are you still all right? You're marrying this person. You've said that.
What
right?
did I say?
You're marrying Whack Sex. Let's just call him Whackum.
Whack Sex, because we gonna turn him into a football player. Yeah, I'm marrying him because he does everything else. He got everything else. Sex just whack. We
And
get married.
And you're not marrying him. Now, this is where I throw the little.
I already know what you about to do. When you save yourself for marriage,
Is that how I sound in your head?
you don't know what you're getting into.
Is that
and
am I
your groom might be whack, and then what are you gonna do? And go ahead.
Well, you already know what I was gonna do, so go ahead and do it. I mean, so you got Whack Sex guy.
No, listen,
Mr. Whack.
I said my goal is to try to not have sex before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I have not got there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So okay,
Don't
so
shortchange your goals.
too funny. No, but answer me this question: like, if I'm a guy and I'm dating you, and you say, "Hey, listen, Tom, I'm saving myself for marriage," am I realistically supposed to take that information as gold? Or am I more so like, well, I'm just gonna wait till she get weak one day and I'm just gonna whip it out on her? Why would you do that? What?
Why would you do
Because I'm sexually active. We've already established that earlier. We've already established that. I'm just saying, like, I'm literally trying to sabotage your.
Doctor office. Like,
I'm
are you
literally
sexually active when you're a teenager. You're like,
Yeah.
can my mom lead around?
Yeah. Hey, my mom was. Yeah. I think he out here putting his wiener and stuff. You might want to. Yeah.
Man.
So
Well, it could be golden,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be that. I mean, who's to say? I don't know. But I'm rooting for the golden.
Okay, so if I'm the guy and my plan is basically to keep putting you in compromising situations until the draws drop, so would you be mad?
I wouldn't put myself in that over and over again.
But that's the whole thing of being the guy. Like, I know how to do that without inadvertently.
Okay, I'm 40. I know.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
Oh, Thomas.
I didn't even know you was that old.
I
You
thought
look
said
so
I was
young.
50.
You look so young.
He's so petty.
You look so young and
I know. I get that all the time.
spry.
Whatever. I look younger than you.
Really?
Well, then I agree with that.
Oh, you do.
Of course not. I didn't
Okay,
say that.
thank you.
I would never say that. I would never say it. I would never.
All right, so what would be your final thought of everything we covered this evening about sex on the first date, Whack Sex? Let's sum it up in a bow, and let's get ready to get out of here.
So, since I'm the guest, I should go first.
Yes.
I got it. Sex on the first date. If you're going to do it, make sure that you're mentally capable of keeping it at sex on the first date or a one-night stand or whatever you want it to be. Don't have unrealistic expectations of that the other person. Whack sex, you can fix that. Okay? Trust me. You can hit me up on Facebook if you need some tips. What was the other one?
Wow.
Kidding. It was a joke. And then the other one was sex waiting till marriage.
Yes.
Waiting to marriage is a beautiful thing. So if you're able to do it, I think you should absolutely do it because it does. I think it allows you to connect more deeply with the person without that interruption because sometimes sex can distort your thought process. So do it if you can do it. I'm rooting for you, Toya.
Toya.
Me too.
Too funny. This has been a very colorful evening.
I would say to the ladies in their early 20s or whatever, I know everybody wants that instant gratification. You feeling this person, your chemistry. Just think sometimes before you make decisions because it can cause you a lifetime of pain. So sometimes just kind of think before you do it and get to know somebody before you lay with somebody you don't know. I think that's about it. You know, just get to know yourself. Fall in love with you first before you try and hop into bed before all these other people. And know what you can handle and what you can't handle. Because everybody can't lay in a bed with someone and not get mentally attached and emotionally attached. So, just be careful.
Well, we've come to an end of another great show. I want to thank everybody for watching After Dinner Snack tonight. I do just want to piggyback on pretty much what they said. I just feel like being accountable for whatever activity you do in a relationship setting is tough, because it's like you're taking on somebody physically, mentally, and spiritually into your body, into your life. And I just feel like you have to think down the road, not just for the moment. So that's all I have to say tonight. I want to thank Tanika for joining us this evening. You did a wonderful job, and I love your braids. And can I do the white girl? Can I touch your hair? Is it okay if I touch your hair?
Absolutely.
No, for real though, it's dope. I saw it on Instagram when you had posted it. It was dope. I was out of town and I thought that was pretty hot.
Thank you.
So once again, thank you, Toya, for being here. You did an excellent job this evening. You got a little something right here, a little dried up, something special. So we will see you guys next week, and thanks for watching After Dinner Snack. My name's Tom Swoop, and we are out.
Bye.
Bye.